Hello and welcome to the Inbetween podcast. I am your usual host, Joe Scornbrace, and I'm joined here by Tony TonesItRT, and welcome to the day early podcast because this week it is Tony's birthday.
It will be, yes.
And so you're going to make a cake.
We're recording a day early because I'm making a cake tomorrow. My own cake.
Well, the most powerful cake in the world. Do you not think so?
I mean, to me it is, but I don't think it's like objectively the most powerful cake in the world.
Wow. Okay.
But this is our spooktacular episode.
Are you going to send me a picture so I can share it on the next podcast?
Yeah, I will.
Next podcast, I think, is going to be the fucking BlizzCon special because there's going to be so many things announced at BlizzCon in 5 days.
Yeah, it's under a week away.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Okay. It's too powerful.
I won't speculate too much about Jaina being a dreadlord or sub races.
Yeah, we already done that before.
We'll find out in the next podcast what
we already were doing that before the podcast.
Action is coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
We already speculated massively before the podcast. We don't need to. We can just wait until next time.
Yeah.
On Blizzard.
On Blizzard. Okay. You want to go straight into what we've been playing? Because you've been playing Guild Wars 2, right?
Yeah.
I
have.
Change the scene for the kids.
And okay.
Yeah. So they added mounts in the most recent expansion.
Yeah, in case you didn't catch the last time I talked about Guild Wars, mounts. And I said there that I reckon there's going to be skins for the mounts.
Yep.
And they added them. Or they added one.
Halloween skins.
Which you can see there, and every mount, all 5 mounts have equivalent of that. Which you can dye.
This is just the bunny rabbit because Tony was like, the bunny rabbit's the best one.
It's the best one. How can you not look at that and think
it's
not the best one?
The bunny, the skimmer, the raptor thing, does the griffin have one as well?
They all have that skin. But they
all have the skeleton skin. The spooky, scary skeleton
The griffin's the coolest because it opens, spreads out its wings and you can see. It's like bat wings.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's weird because it's also got 4 limbs and wings. But yeah, it's still really cool. But Skipper? Is that what it's called? I can't remember what it's called.
What the actual bunny rabbit's called?
I just call it bunny rabbit. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, I think it looks amazing. Like, how can you not look at that and go, that's amazing?
And of course, as every year, the Halloween update for Guild Wars 2 is back.
Yes.
So you get to frustrate yourself trying to climb up the Mad King's clock tower.
Which I have to do at some point because I need the Lunatic's boots.
Right. What do the Lunatic's boots give you?
It's just like a skin, basically.
Oh, okay.
There's like a...
Because I think I've tried the clock tower like at least 3 Halloweens now, or something, and I still haven't done it.
Because what they've done now is there's like medium, heavy, and light version of this skin.
Right.
And then there's like 6 achievements that you can get to get like the whole set. I've got all of them apart from the boots. Which I don't necessarily need, depending on how awful Clock Tower is.
Have you played Black Desert Online yet?
Oh no, I haven't yet.
Okay.
I've been playing Guild Wars too much.
When are you gonna play Black Desert Online? Whenever you get bored of Guild Wars 2.
When the Halloween update is gone. For the moment, I'm trying to collect candy corns.
And I hear really good things about Black Desert Online.
It looks really good.
Yeah. You bought it.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about this yet.
Maybe.
I can't remember. But yeah, I bought. It was like £5, and I bought it, and then you were like, "Isn't it like really expensive or something?" It's like, nah, it was like 70% off or something.
But that doesn't give you like the actual game to get like you need a bunch of certain things and you have to buy them basically.
It's kind of bullshit apparently because it's basically like a free to play game you have to buy initially. But I don't care. So, but I haven't played it yet, so I can't give any like how bullshit it is yet.
Well, you wanted to get the candy cane node for your own instance so you could farm it all year round.
So what you have to do is like you collect trick or treat bags, and there's like the ads around the world, and in like the new dungeon they do add a Halloween dungeon.
There's a Mad King fight.
Yeah, there's a Mad King dungeon fight, and then there's like a labyrinth where it's like a maze and you just like kill lots of enemies.
It's full of mini bosses. Yeah.
Yeah. So in there and in the world they add like candy corn mining nodes.
They're called doors, and then you open them and to like the Mad King's realm.
You press F and it says trick or treat.
Yeah,
and
you get a trick or a treat.
And then there's an achievement that tracks how many doors you've closed, which I quite like. It's like, because it's like, one of the achievements is like, to get the lunatic boots, I think it's like close 40 doors. That's all it says. And like, that sounds really easy.
I've played more Guild Wars in Halloween than I have all year round.
Well, yeah, because the last time you played was April.
Super Adventure
which
Box.
actually really...
I only ever play Halloween and Adventure Box.
Yeah, Christmas is shit, from what I remember. Like, nothing really happens.
I don't think I've ever played Guild Wars at Christmas.
It's really boring.
Like, I think the only MMO I play at Christmas is sometimes WoW.
What do they do at WoW?
There's a bunch of Christmas stuff you can get. It's quite interesting.
Because all the Guild Wars does, it's like, it has like a weird dungeon.
Right.
And that's it.
There's a bunch of like Christmas stuff you can do in like there's like a snowy area, and you can do like a bunch of daily missions and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like that.
Oh, right.
Guild Wars, like Halloween's more fleshed out than Christmas in Guild Wars, I think. I don't remember. Like I remember there's like a weird dungeony thing, but it's like not really a dungeon for Christmas.
Halloween, I think in WoW is really frustrating for people because there's a headless horseman mount that you get. It's like a really low drop chance from the dungeon. You can do it once a day during Halloween, and there's people like, I've been farming this for 7 years, and I still haven't got this fucking headless horseman mount.
Like 7-year veteran.
Yeah.
Wow. You're not like. It's not like account bound. You have to like. Can you not like sell it after you get it? Or...
No, it's soulbound, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's not one of the tradable mounts.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate then. I was going to say something I forgot. Oh yeah, the nodes.
Yeah.
Going back to the candy corn nodes, like if you get 1,000 of them, you have to turn them into you turn 1,000 into one.
Yeah, because there's vendors in Lion's Arch.
The vendors take the bigger one, basically the greater candy corn, whatever it's called, and you need 5 of them to get a candy corn node, which you can then mine daily in your home instance. So you just collect it over the year until Halloween starts again.
I'll just make sure I'm recording. I just wanted to double check. Yeah.
But yeah, so I wanted to, because like I've got 4 out of 5, and there's like, as you said like you just wanted to get like the costume, which is worth 3.
Because I almost got the candy cane node. Is it 5?
It's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 because I did the sorcerer necromancer,
the hex outfit or something.
Yeah, for 3 because I was like, even though it would be cool to be able to farm candy corn all year round, I only really play on April Fools for the Super Adventure Box and for Halloween.
It makes sense.
So I just got the costume.
For me, where I log in for dailies, I might as well get it and like start mining every day in my home instance. I probably should put a character in my home instance. That's what I should do. But I should do that. Because getting candy corn every day should be really... Because I should just like collect it like really slowly. Like you can get like anywhere. I think you can get like anywhere from 3 to 6. You can get from every day, which is quite a lot for not doing anything.
How does like farming things in Guild Wars 2 compare to WoW? Because WoW has like there's thousands of lots of different things you can be farming at any point. But how many things in like Guild Wars 2 can you be farming towards like a? Because there's they've only just added mounts. There's like.
Yeah.
Not a lot, because there's like thousands of mount farms in... Wow, what was it, hundreds of farms.
You can't farm mounts, obviously.
What about pets? Can you farm pets for anything?
Like miniatures?
Yeah.
Sort of. But that's kind of locked behind the Lootbox system, the black line chest, which is really bad at giving you miniatures at the moment.
The thing with Guild Wars 2 is, in WoW, you pay a subscription, and then everything in the game you get through the game, basically. But with
apart from mounts.
Guild Wars 2... What do you mean, apart from mounts?
It's like some mounts you have to pay for, right?
There's only like 5 mounts that you can't obtain outside of the game. In the game. But like in Guild Wars 2, a lot of like the content, they've just locked it behind the black market. Is that what it's called? The gem system.
Oh yeah, Like, I guess like it's either in gems or it's in the black line chest, which is the loot box equivalent on the black line trading company screen. Which is, I think it's fine because like you're not really paying for the subscription. So there's like if you, like I think they would make enough money to like keep it going, but they want to keep making money as well.
But that's the thing I found with when I play World of Warcraft, I like grinding things. I like having objectives and things I can work towards. But I found in Guild Wars 2 there just wasn't enough to keep me wanting to play.
Yeah, because like I don't really care about this because like people grind for like the ascended crafting materials and like to make the ascended gear. I don't care about that, so I still just have oranges. I don't even know what the colours are after orange, to be honest with you. Like, I've never seen it. It's like pinks and purples or something. No, purple's like lower down, isn't it? I don't know. I actually have no idea. But that's what people farm.
Yeah.
And I don't care about that. Because like cause I understand like PvP you need like, or World, I guess, you need like the best gear, right? I assume with like legendary dungeons is what you do as well.
Isn't there item level scaling in PvP?
Yeah, I don't think it's as big as a problem in PvP. I'm not sure though.
But doesn't PvP scale you so you have like a set template? So everyone's kind of the same no matter what gear they have in PvP.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know like everything scales to the correct level, but then you can. I'm not sure if it because in like
in Legion and WoW they just made class templates. So when you go into PvP now, your gear doesn't make you more powerful.
Yeah, I don't know because the gear does make you more powerful in every other aspect, and I've never played PvP, so I know in World it definitely makes a difference.
Because I played PvP and I don't think your gear affects it.
No, okay. I didn't think it would either. Because that makes no sense.
But I don't know about World PvP.
Yeah, I think World PvP is affected because people. It makes sense.
I know item level scaling or at least was a problem. When you got scaled down for a zone, your items didn't scale down as well, so it'd still be quite easy to do it as a high level character.
Well, yeah, it's always going to be easy for high level character. Because it'll bring down your damage, but like your gear is still better than the level gear that the players would have if you're leveling up in that area.
Okay.
So like oranges tend to be like two-handed oranges. I think tend to be like about 1,000 damage.
Right.
Like what the stats, and then but if you like go into like level 30 area, it's like only like 400. It's like oh okay, but it's kind of worse than that as well because like you have better stats overall as well. Like your gear can like affect your attack stats as well, and also like you have more abilities normally and have like better builds because at level 71 you have all your builds unlocked. But until you reach that point, you're kind of shitter.
You're shitter.
Yeah,
you're
that's
shitter.
a word, right? I can say it like that.
Yeah.
Comparative word. I don't think it's a massive problem because I think it's just that's always made me want to just level up quicker in a way. It's like. But yeah, you don't like you don't have any objectives to grind once you reach the end.
Yeah, I think playing Guild Wars 2, like the leveling content is fantastic.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
I like completing the map.
They lack like a really good. They lack quite a good end game content. They lack a really good story. Like they've tried with the personal story, but nobody really cares that much.
Well, they're still doing that. Like that is how they tell the story.
Yeah,
and then obviously you had to complete it to get the Griffin in this. And it's not bad. I just don't care. But I've watched other people play it on like videos. It's like people do seem to care about them, but I don't care at all. But I care way more about
I'm talking purely about like the original game here because I haven't played Heart of the Thorns or the new expansion.
Yeah, because
what's it called?
Path of Fire.
Path of Fire. Yeah.
The thing is though, like, yeah, your experience for personal story is a bit weird because it carries on from that. Like, so it's like personal story season 1, which you can't play anymore.
It's personal story is locked behind levels as well, isn't it?
Initially, yeah, but then you have to level 80 for everything else. And so it's like a personal story, which is a lot behind levels. It's like ideal for leveling up, basically, as long as you reach the right level.
But I think the problem was that the Guild Wars 2 was like, it would be really cool if everyone had their own story, but what they should have focused on was just making one really good story, right?
They should have made one really good story and made it co-op.
Because in the end, a lot of choices you made didn't really matter in the end.
There are no choices that make a difference. Yeah. Like, all it does, the choices you make... Because for those you don't know, when at the start of the game, you make a few choices, like, based on your personal story. Like, that's the first... Like, the 0th level of the personal story starts, basically. It changes, like, 2 missions at most.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you make like a... In my one, on my main character, I chose that they wanted to join the circus.
Yeah.
So I snuck into the circus and I had different dialogue because of that.
So and just like I chose slightly different dialogue.
Yeah, and I chose to be a street orphan. So I had different friends than if I chose noble or working class, whatever, middle class people. It's like basically just like low, middle, high class basically is what you get to choose as a human.
But there's slight dialogue changes, but you're still on the same path basically.
Your friend, I think, your friend dies regardless, I think. For me,
Spoiler alert.
I had to choose... It's the random friend that you don't... You might not even have this friend if you choose a different personal story or even a different species. There's like, you get to choose, like, save him or the orphanage, you know.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
I don't know who this guy is. I've just met him. He's meant to be like your best friend. Like you don't have.
But they give you like a mission beforehand where you kind of introduce him, don't they?
And then you get to choose to kill him off straight away. And it's like, I don't know him long enough to care.
I think I saved the orphanage.
I think I saved the orphanage because that's where I was born, or that's where I grew up or something. Okay. It's like I'll save the orphanage then. I'll do the right thing, and then it doesn't matter. Like after like level 40, it just starts going to its own like kill the dragon story.
And
then it
the big chicken.
No, you haven't killed that one yet.
Oh, okay.
That's Krakatorik, which is still not dead.
He's still not dead?
The big purple dragon is still not dead.
That's a big chicken.
In fact, it's even worse now. Spoilers, at the end of Path of Fire, he absorbs one of the gods' powers, which is what...
Shit.
So Path of Fire is about Balthazar, which is the god of war.
Yeah.
Not a different god of war that's Greek-related or Roman-related.
Like, what's his name? The bold guy, Tyler 1.
Yeah.
Kratos.
Yeah, so he's basically the Kratos.
He's not the original god of war.
No.
He kills the original god of war, but I don't remember his name.
But I don't think any of the human gods in Guild Wars are the original gods either, though.
Ares is the god of war.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
In Greek mythology.
But yeah, anyway, the story is that Balthazar, the god of war, wants to kill the big crystal dragon.
Right. Why does he want to kill him?
He just thinks he should because he's
I like war.
All the other gods are like, no, we're gonna leave. So they're getting ready to just completely leave the world. And then he's like, no, I will attack it, and he doesn't care about the damage that be caused to mortals. So basically, you have to kill the god of war. It's the whole story.
Here's a tangent though. Is that new God of War still game coming out? You know, the Dad of War.
Oh, Dad of War in Skyrim.
Because that really confused me. Because the end of God of War 3 is that you kill every god,
including
Kratos
himself.
Kills himself, and then the world just ends. So I don't know where Kratos is right now in that story.
Well, when you die, Joe, you go to Skyrim.
Right.
And there's a new story.
I think it's like Viking Valhalla, where all great warriors die and then they go for the eternal fight and feast.
So, yeah, I guess he's in a different world now.
He's in Valhalla.
Yeah.
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
Whenever a character dies, they go to Heroes of the Storm Valhalla.
Or in Skyrim's term, Sovngarde is where
Sovngarde.
That's where the Nords go.
Okay.
That's where the warriors go when
Is
they
it
die.
near the Cloud District?
Probably, yeah.
Have you been to the Cloud District?
No, not recently. No, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, Nazim. Nazim's not a Nord though. You can't go to Sovngarde.
No.
What's that? You completely tend to read me off what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so you kill the God of War, and then
you kill the God of War.
Yeah,
he's gonna go kill the big chicken though.
Yeah, Ridlock Brimstone gives you his sword. You're disguised as an undead because you still like an undead king's. He's trapped. Balthazar traps him because of betrayals in the dead, the other side in the mists. Yep. You take Ridlock's sword and you have an army fighting the God of War's army.
Right.
The big dragon decides to show up and help you, inverted commas, or just try and kill the God of War.
Does he kill the God of War?
No, you kill the God of War in the end, but the dragon absorbs all the power of the God of War.
So the God of War doesn't kill the chicken god?
No, because you decide that regardless of what, it doesn't matter who wins, the other person's going to absorb, like, it doesn't matter if the dragon or the God wins, because either one will absorb the other person's power and get more powerful and kill more of the world.
But why are we killing the God of War?
Because he doesn't care about anyone, and he corrupts souls and turns them into his army, which is more powerful than the dragon.
He sounds like a Nordic God of War.
He kind of is. He's like an old man with a white beard with heavy armor on.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like. And he wears orange.
Okay.
And you decide to kill him, and it makes everything worse because now the dragon has the power of the God of War.
Okay.
But it's okay though, because you go to the gods in one of the story missions, and they're like, "No, we can't intervene because it might."
What kind of mythology do the gods look like then?
They're just a load of people.
They're just like people gods.
The god you speak to in the story mission I'm talking about was a character in the original Guild Wars when you killed Abaddon.
I haven't played Guild Wars 1.
I haven't played the part that is mentioned, but Abaddon is like...
I watched the entire story of Guild Wars 1 on YouTube, but I don't remember...
the first game. I think this is the last game.
I don't remember like anything about it, apart from the fact you can't jump in Guild Wars 1.
That is true. But no, I think this is the third game, or the third expansion.
Yeah.
And you kill the God of Knowledge, and then called Abaddon.
So everyone loses all their knowledge.
No,
Everyone's
because
stupid.
some new God of Knowledge she's called Cormyr.
Okay.
And she goes, "Oh, I can see the secrets," and then she dies.
Right.
So then I think it was like hundreds of years ago, and now she's the God of Knowledge, or the God of Truth, or something.
Is there a point to this story?
No, it's
Are
really...
we just talking about the purple dragon guy?
I'm just saying it's really stupid because the gods are like, even though there's already a god attacking a dragon, and they're like, no, we can't fight because it would cause problems. And like, but it's already causing problems. Why the fuck wouldn't you fight back?
Yeah.
This is why I don't give a fuck about the story. It doesn't make any flipping sense.
It's a stupid story.
Yes, it is.
Get points from Blizzard, the best game of all time. Blizzard. So, Lost Vikings. Greatest story of all time.
In the personal story, you kill the undead dragon, right?
Yeah.
In A Heart of Thorns, you kill a new dragon you didn't know existed.
Is he a thorny dragon?
He's the creator of the Sylvari.
So he is like a plant dragon.
Yeah, he's a plant
dragon. I thought
the
creator of the Sylvari was a soldier who planted a seed.
No, the seed came from the dragon.
Oh, they're retconning all the lore now, aren't they?
No, that still exists. That still happens. The centaur guy still places the tablet.
Right.
And the man still planted the seed. But no one knew where the seed came from.
Oh, okay.
But now we do.
So it was it was like Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. It was a magical bean.
Well, as Mike from Red Letter Media says, the big fucking giant.
The big fucking...
That's the newest film. It's like BFG, and it's like, what's that stand for? The big
fucking giant. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's my Guild Wars rant, basically. But I do like the fact that there's now mount skins because it is a fantastic scene, as you can see on screen.
You liked them so much, you spent, was it £7?
Yeah, it was £7.
It was £7. Like you spent £7 on mount skins.
It's something like that.
You are the reason there's loot boxes, Tony.
That's not a loot box, though. It's just skin.
This is why Guild Wars 2 was one of the most profitable games of 2016.
To be fair,
microtransactions.
Yeah, to be fair though, I would never that you can buy keys, and so I would never do that. That's shit.
Okay.
And I still think to this day that the skins you buy are too expensive.
Should we move on?
Yes, I'm done with my rant.
Talking about what I've been playing this week, I have been playing a lot of games, and one of them is including Battlefield 1, because recently, and when I say recently, I mean 2 days ago, I got Origin Access. So I've...
The yearly
version. So it's... it was £20. I have access to all of the games in the Origin Access vault for a year, which is pretty cool.
I'm really tempted to get that as well.
One thing I'll say is it really confused me because I kept saying EA Access or Origin Access, and I thought they were interchangeable. But Origin Access is the PC version. So if you buy Origin Access, you get access to the PC version. Okay, and if you buy EA Access, it's the console version. So you buy it through the Microsoft Store. so you can use it on Xbox. I don't know if you can do it on Sony as well. Because that really
I assume not.
Because I was trying to buy Origin Access, and I was like, EA Access, and I was like, why are they selling it through the Microsoft Store? And it was like, oh, it's because it's the console version, and they're selling it on Xbox.
Right. That's a weird naming scheme. They should not do that.
I just thought they were the same thing, but they're interchangeable. But no, Origin Access is the PC version, and EA Access is the console version.
I guess they don't. If you own a console and a PC, they don't want you to just use the same thing. To pay for it twice, I guess. But that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I've been playing Battlefield 1. It's pretty cool. I've always been kind of a fan of the newer Battlefield game. I played a lot of Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the first Battlefield games I ever played personally. Because I know people have much love.
Battlefield. What's it called? Bad Company. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I never played, Battlefield 1942.
No,
I never played Battlefield Bad Company 2 or Battlefield Vietnam.
I think I'm still going to say that Battlefield Bad Company 2, or whatever it's called. This number 2 and it's got Bad Company in it is the best game, in my opinion.
But I only played the current day DICE ones, right?
Yeah. I don't know who makes the old ones.
Was DICE, they didn't work on Battlefield before 3, right?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't understand
I think DICE actually came from Battlefield Heroes as well.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I think their first ever game was Battlefield Heroes, which was like it was like a World War II cartoony TF2 game.
I remember.
DICE, are they called Studios? I don't know.
What
was their first game? EA, they made Mirror's Edge apparently.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't know that.
They made the new one as well, apparently.
Oh, they did do the original ones then. They did do Battlefield 2.
It says they... Oh, okay, yeah. So they're doing both the Battlefield and the Battlefront games at the moment. Yes, was it? Yeah, it was DICE that made
okay,
Bad
it was
Company 2.
DICE who made the original games.
Yeah, Bad Company 2 I think is still my favourite.
Yeah, they did do Battlefield Heroes back in 2005 as well. 2009, sorry.
They did track.
I loved Battlefield Heroes. I thought it was a fantastic game. And we'll talk about Battlefield Heroes later.
Will we?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will.
There's a news topic on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to Battlefield 1, I think it's really fun. I really want to play some more. I've been playing it for the last couple of days. It's basically, if you liked Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, but or Battlefield Hardline, and you want a World War I skin.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at this point, if you like Battlefield 4, but you want a new skin, you can either get the Battlefront games, or you can get Battlefield 1.
Battlefront's kind of different.
Yeah, it's kind of different.
I do think Battlefront is different. I do think Battlefield 1 has enough differences where it's kind of different. Like, gas grenades are a really big thing in Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Where everyone has a gas mask, so you can set up like choke points, like similar to what like kind of a Molotov would do.
That's kind of cool.
Tanks are really powerful in Battlefield 1. They're quite hard to kill. Biplanes are quite powerful in Battlefield 1.
They're really easy to kill.
Depends what you're shooting them with.
Okay.
I mean, if you're shooting with a rifle, not so much. But
No.
if you get inside one of the anti-air guns, then yeah.
They're made of paper, right?
Yeah.
I know.
I like the system where the losing team gets the
blimp.
They get one of the maps. They get a blimp, and then another map. They get an armored train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool actually.
But I've played a lot of the maps so far, and they all seem pretty fun. I've been playing a lot of Conquest. I think I've only played Conquest so far, but I've been leveling up my medic, and that's quite fun. I mean, there's the usual Battlefield grind where you have to keep leveling up certain classes to unlock guns, or you can buy weapons with right bonds. And there is loot boxes in this game. They're called. Sorry, they're not loot boxes. They're war chests.
Okay.
So that's what they're calling them in this game. But those basically just weapon skins. I don't think they really affect gameplay at all.
I'd assume not.
But I think in Battlefield 1, from what I've seen, it's mainly cosmetic.
But you have to level up to unlock new weapons, though, right?
But there's no bullshit cards like there is in Battlefront 2, I don't think.
I hate the card system.
So
it's in the first game as well.
how fun it is to play on it? An optimized game where you can play, high graphic settings at 60 tick at 60 FPS, and then you go on like fucking PUBG and you get like 10 FPS on like a game that looks like shit.
Is it still really badly optimized? Is it?
I saw a netcode analysis and it was getting like an average of 17 updates.
Okay.
On the server.
Right.
Which is like really bad.
Yeah.
Like I saw in the video they showed someone with 200 ping and someone with normal ping or average ping.
Yeah.
And even though on the receiver's end, the person that walked past him had already moved past him and gone up the stairs.
Yeah.
He was behind cover. The guy that was shooting with 200 ping, his bullet went through and hit him.
That's so stupid.
Because of how bad the tick and the ping is. They really need to improve the fucking system of PUBG. But Battlefield is really fun. I want to play some more. It's
you
big.
can.
I loved Battlefield 3. And this...
Do you not play 4?
I didn't play 4.
Oh, okay.
I can play 4.
That's
because
true.
It's on Origin Access. But I never played it.
No one's going to be playing it though, right?
I think people still play 4.
Oh, do they?
You can launch... So you can launch Battlefield 4 and Hardline from the launcher of Battlefield 1. Ever since Battlefield 4, they've tied them together.
Okay.
So you can just switch between them very quickly and have like your battle tag and stuff still on.
So you don't have to change any settings or anything.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about some of the Origin Access games I've been playing, so I think it's definitely a worthwhile thing. Some games I'm probably going to check out. I want to try Mirror's Edge Catalyst because I was a huge fan of the first Mirror's Edge. I want to.
You haven't tried that out yet, though?
No, I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
I want to play Titanfall 2.
Oh, yes.
I haven't played that yet.
Yeah. I always forget about Titanfall 2.
There's some other games I want to try out, but some games I did try out. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. If anyone who's a regular listener will know, I'm a massive PopCap fan. And this game is actually really fun. I don't know if the DICE guys helped them out with this one. I think it was it?
Well, the shooting elements.
I think it was Havoc that did this. Plants vs. Zombies Garden. The actual like shooting and like the combat is actually really good. It was developed by PopCap, but
it's in the Frostbite.
It's in Frost. All EA games are in the Frostbite.
Yeah, that's
engine
true.
These days.
That's true.
The Frostbite engine's really good.
Yeah, it's not very moddable though.
No,
they haven't made a creation kit.
But this game is. I played because both of them are on there. So number 1, Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 1 is on there.
Right.
And I played that because there's the solo/co-op where you can play as plants and you fight against waves of zombies and you have to defend a garden.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
And this is where the card system comes in.
Okay.
So there's you open packs of cards, and what this does is it gives you plants. You can put in potted plants around the garden to help you.
Oh, okay. That's
or
cool.
There's basically, this is how you unlock skins for the plants. So it doesn't really affect gameplay too much. And then there's the PvP element as well, which is really fun actually. I really enjoyed it. There's a bunch of different game modes. I only played on the new player one. I didn't try any of the other ones, but I played on that a lot. And each of the plants has its unique weapon and abilities, and you unlock them by doing little quests.
Okay.
Like objectives, and that was really fun to play because there's lots of unique plants. Like if you see the pea shooter on the screen, he's like a standard pea shooter. So he shoots like a single pea, like dong dong, and he shoots it across the map. He has an ability where he can sprint fast. He has an ability where he turns into a Gatling gun. He goes into the floor and he shoots like loads of peas at people.
That's cool.
Like the cactus is like a sniper. And if you see like I think it's an onion drone, he sends that out and you can shoot from that. The chomper.
Why does the cactus send out the onion drone?
I don't know. That's just the sunflower is a healer.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
he does healing.
Original game.
The Chomper I thought was going to be like a tank class, but when I played Chomper, I realized it's actually a stealth class. So the Chomper only has melee.
Does he go like underground?
Yeah, so he has melee attacks, and he goes underground, and if you get behind someone, you can basically one shot eat them basically. So playing against the Chomper, you want to be like really careful about not letting them sneak up behind you. And what the Chomper does is you lay like traps. So you can like plant traps, and then they get caught up and turned upside down. You can spit goo at people to slow them down and deal damage to them to make them easier to eat. Zombies has some really cool characters as well. There's like the Rocket Soldier, which is like the typical soldier, which you can see in the background, rocket jumping.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also like the Engineer. You see him. He's putting his hand on a robot. He's quite good against the Chomper because he has a stun ability.
Right.
So he throws like a stun grenade on the floor, which can really help you against Chompers. But yeah, it's really fun. And
Who's Paintball Man?
Paintball Man.
Yeah.
Which one?
The far front on the right.
Far front. This guy.
Yeah, Paintball Man.
He's the rocket guy.
Oh,
Just
is he?
him again.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. There's the Scientist, which is like the healer. And then there's Football Man, which is like, he has like a minigun basically. And he also charges, and he can also bring up a barricade of, football training dummies. He can bring those up as a barricade around him. It's actually super fucking fun. Because I was like, I know like Jim Sterling loves this game.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to try it out because I'm a huge Popcat fan. I think this looks really fun. And I tried it and I was like, this is actually legit really fun and really well made.
I've seen lots of both number 1 and number 2. They both look really good.
I played number 1 for a while, and then I played number 2, and I was like, this is completely different. It's actually really different from the second game. Like, the art style is like really different. And then there's like an XP system. There's like a hub world.
Yeah.
And you can play as zombies as well in the single player.
Yeah.
Which is interesting as well. So I'm going to check out these games a lot. These are really fun. But we'll move on to the next topic, which is Fortnite, which I've been playing a lot of.
You've been playing a lot of it then?
Yeah, some of my friends have got it as well. Because
okay.
if you want to play like PUBG, you got to be like, oh, join the game. But with Fortnite, it's free to play, so anyone can instantly download it and start playing it. And the thing is, it's a completely different game to PUBG as well.
From what I've seen of it, looks completely different.
Because you have like the third person element.
Yeah, and the pickaxe.
You have the fact that you can knock down materials and build bases instantly and build walls and stuff, which is really fun. And you also have the ability to have more than 10 FPS because it's a well-optimized game.
In the same engine, right?
Yeah, it's Unreal 4.
Yeah.
It's made by
the guys who made
Epic.
Yeah.
The guys behind the Unreal Engine 4, Gears of War.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. So,
I mean, they know their stuff when it comes to the engine stuff, so
yeah.
It makes sense.
But they just did a Halloween update because originally you got like nothing for playing. You just went into a game, you played a game, you won, and then you came out of the game and nothing happened because they were still developing it. But now you actually have a level. Okay. And you can earn coins to buy skins.
That's cool.
So you can have different glider skins,
How much coins do you get like per match?
You don't get coins for the match, but you get coins after you reach a certain XP level, I think, or complete daily quests.
Okay. When you level...
I haven't got any coins yet, so I can't actually talk about how exactly you get coins. You can buy coins, I know, straight up.
Yeah. So if you get like 10 coins for leveling up, then you know it's a little bit bullshit, but okay. I mean, they're trying to make money from it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think the single player is doing quite well now that a lot of people are buying that as well.
I already want the single player. That's what I want to play.
Yeah.
I don't know. Isn't it like still full price for the single player, right?
It's on sale right now.
Okay.
It's on sale at the moment. If you want to buy it, I'd buy it now.
Yeah, it's probably not getting cheaper until like Christmas, but
I'm not particularly interested in the single player.
Really?
No. I mean, the gameplay is like wave defense when in building and stuff.
That sounds amazing.
Why would I do that when I can just do it in Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare?
Because pickaxes.
Nah. No. I'd rather be a plan.
I guess, but
yeah, this Fortnite's really fun. Check it out. Thank you to Player Unknown himself for advertising Fortnite to millions of people by saying he was so upset that he was ripped off by Fortnite, even though it's a incredibly different game and is not entirely an original game mode that created. The pan in PUBG was originally meant to be a sauce pan because it was a reference to the.
I don't know what the pan is.
It's
what is it?
The pan's a melee weapon, and it can deflect bullets.
That thing you put on your back, it can deflect bullets.
Yeah, but that was an accident. They didn't mean to do that. It was because they wanted to add unit collision to the pan, so if someone threw a grenade at you, you could swat it away with the pan, and they were like, "This is never going to happen in a real game," but to the couple of people who are able to pull it off, it's going to mean a lot. But then the other effect of how Unreal Engine works is that it added unit collision to the pan, so when it was on your back and you got shot, it would deflect bullets as well.
Okay.
Even though it wouldn't in real life, because people tested it, and you'd just make a giant hole in the pan.
No, it's like shooting a bullet through a car; it just goes straight through.
But it was a reference to the original Battle Royale film, the Japanese one.
Yeah.
And it was like, so they put the pan in, and someone was like, it wasn't a pan they had; it was a saucepan the character was given. But anyway, move on to the next one. I've been playing golf with your friends.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. There's a brand new map, Pirates Cove.
This is like we're just talking about everything that's Halloweeny and had like Halloween patches this podcast so far. Then
that's because it's Halloween in 2 days.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm just saying that we're just going like, oh yeah, we played this and then had a Halloween update.
Like last time I was like, it's the Halloween podcast, and then we didn't talk about like anything. We didn't do anything Halloweeny in particular.
I can't remember what we talked about. Like
Overwatch probably.
But we had Pumpkin Peter or something it was called.
Oh it? Yeah, the Pumpkin Peter podcast.
But I don't remember anything Halloweeny at all. But this time, we're only talking about Halloweeny updates and what we've been playing.
No, it's real.
Yeah.
But the new map is really fun. It's in experimental. It's in beta right now. I just wanted to talk about it quickly because I want to talk about everything I've been playing because I've been playing so many games in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're almost done.
But the last map on this, I think, is the hardest golf map that I've ever played in Golf with Your Friends.
And you've played many golf maps?
I've played them all.
Okay.
There's about 5 or 6 now.
Okay.
But the new final map is this giant kraken, and you have to try and shoot the ball into his mouth. And while you're trying to shoot into his mouth, he has his tentacles flailing across the golf course, knocking your ball off, and it's really hard. I think I've done it twice, and I have run out of strokes both times. And my friend Albin was the only one who could actually complete the game. Complete the course with 11 strokes, which is 3 off the maximum before you get stroked out. But yeah, the new map is really fun. I'm really excited to see more stuff coming from golf. They just did the hat update, which is interesting. I think we didn't need hats, but it's interesting to just shove a bunch of cosmetics in there for people who want it.
I think, cosmetics, once they're done right, they're always good.
And I think it's in early access still. I think I picked it up when it was on sale this summer.
I remember you getting it at some point.
Yeah, because whenever there's a big like summer sale or something, the way I purchase games is I usually go, right, who else is going to get this game? Because this is one of those games where you want to play it with friends. So a bunch of my other friends have this game, so we can play it together.
Sort of similar to PUBG, you wouldn't get it by yourself necessarily.
No, I would want to, get it with somebody else. Because I think it was like golf. We all got speedrunners. We all got Dead by Daylight, which is receiving updates. Actually, they
still going.
Yeah, because they said they were going to release 10 updates over 2016. And they've started releasing those updates. There's new guns in there and some new quests. And we'll move on to the next topic, which I've been playing, which is Brawlhalla. We were playing a bunch of free-to-play games because Anton was like, my friend out. We should just go on Steam free to play and install a couple of games.
Okay.
And
I've never really looked to just like search free to play on Steam.
Yeah, there were some interesting ones. There was like, I think it was called. Is it called Anticide?
What is that?
Is it called Anticide? It's like Ants Warfare or something. It's like you play as ants.
There's people called Anticide.
Ant Warfare thing. Ant War Domination, is this the one? Nope, that's a completely different one.
You can put like Ant free to play Steam.
Yeah, I'll look it up. See if I can find, because I can never remember the name. Nope. I clicked on that one. No, okay, fuck it. Fuck it. But there was this ant game that was interesting. There was this stealth game that was interesting we played. Johnny. I'll find the names, I'll talk about it in a different podcast. But this was one of the free-to-play games that we'd actually played before. Okay. But it just received an update. So I wanted to...
it's not a spooky Halloween update.
They might have added Halloween stuff.
Okay.
I don't know, because I don't use the It's free-to-play, but you can buy extra fighters, or you can buy like cosmetic stuff to support the game.
Pretty good though.
But yeah, I just played one of the newer characters, the mafia guy with the guns. I don't remember what he's called. I looked it up, but I forgot. He's just like devil fists and guns. But anyway,
it's like Switch or not Switch?
Switch. Yeah. Nintendo Switch. That was his name. But yeah, Brawlhalla was really cool. If you like fighting games, or even if you don't, I think it's quite fun. It's free to play, so give it a chance. It's good to play with friends, because we played it for quite a while. Is this the final game? No, it's not even the final game. Okay, so I also played the TF2 Jungle Inferno update, which is the biggest TF2 update they've done in years. It's the Pyro update that's been coming for 400 days.
It's been a while.
They released brand new community maps, which is fun. The brand new emotes from the workshop. They released day 2. They did the con tracker, where you can do you can buy the pass to do. You can do the missions to get the new cosmetic items and get blood money. They added war paint, which is like gun spray skins.
Okay.
And one of the interesting things is when you spray a weapon, you don't spray one of your existing weapons. You choose a weapon to be sprayed. So if you don't have a weapon, you can spray a brand new weapon, then it gives it to you.
Okay,
which is interesting.
That's a bit weird.
There's new cosmetic like the Heavy's a Yeti. Stuff like that, pretty cool. And also they did the brand new Pyro update that they've been doing.
Set the world on fire.
So he now has a new secondary that I've used.
Wait, is that
which is like a jet? Yeah, it's a jetpack.
That is cool.
And he deals like if he lands on someone, he can like one shot them basically. So you have to try and jump up into the sky and try and land on people with this fiery jetpack.
So he's got fire
he got a new flamethrower that fires like a giant ball of fire called the Dragon's Fury.
I like that.
Which is a powerful single shot flamethrower. He got a new secondary, which is the gas presser, where you throw like a load of gas on people, and it creates this massive cloud of gas. And if people stand in it, they become flammable.
So you set them on fire through that.
And if they get set on fire through that, they get massive amounts of afterburn.
Oh, okay.
Or it also even lets you do a lot of fire damage to other pyros if they have gas on them. There's a new melee weapon, which is the Hot Hand, which you get a speed boost when you hit an enemy player, but you get minus 20 damage penalty. And they've completely rebalanced how afterburn works from the normal flamethrowers.
Right.
So now, instead of having the old flamethrower where you would hit someone with fire for like a second and there'd be like 10 seconds of afterburn, the afterburn's now more consistent. It's now based on how long you've had the flamethrower on someone for how long the afterburn is, which is a lot more balanced.
It's just realised there's like a fuel pump into the back of the flamethrower.
Yeah.
I never actually realised that before.
But there's a new contract for all of these. So you can unlock all these items through the new Pyro contract, which is free.
How do the contracts work?
So you get a mission, and it'll go like gain 100 points, which is like you gain points every time you kill someone or you catch your objective. And then there'll be bonus missions like dominate 2 players, and that'll give you a bunch more bonus points.
Oh, okay, right.
And then you turn in the contract, and then you unlock one of these new weapons.
That's actually a good idea of doing it. I like that.
Because they just added Scream Fortress, where they've added a brand new free Halloween update, and then when you complete a contract, you get a piece of Halloween gear.
What's the second banana?
So the second banana is that they had a competition between Pyros and Heavies, and the Pyros won, so the Pyro got the update.
Oh, okay.
But as a kind of consolation prize, instead of having the sandwich, which the Heavy eats to gain back health, the Heavy now has the banana, which replenishes half the health the sandwich does, but it recharges twice as fast.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a mini sandwich.
That's really weird, but
yeah.
Okay.
There's a new taunt for the Pyro as well. And then day 4 is just going over all the individual patch notes for TF2. So I've been playing that, and the new weapons are really fun.
They look really good.
I really like the new contract update. I think that's a really cool way of getting the items out there.
That's probably the best way I've ever seen them
and the
unlock new
fact
things.
that they just released this massive patch of 7 people working on TF2, and then immediately released a brand new contract and released all of the old Scream Fortress Halloween stuff as well is really cool.
Oh, okay, right.
Fantastic work from the TF2 guys, and that's why it is the 7th most played game on Steam still to this day. I think the numbers went up massively when this update released.
Well, yeah.
I think there was
even I was interested when I saw this.
I think there was like 100,000 concurrent players or something like that.
Okay.
Kind of crazy.
It is.
It's not PUBG numbers, but it's TF2 numbers.
No, but it's TF2 the dead game numbers.
Yeah.
The dead has come back to life.
Have we been talking about what we've been playing this week for an hour?
Yes.
Oh,
like I said.
Hell.
Like I said, this is like the huge Halloween update.
Okay, so I've also been playing Gigantic this week, which is a free-to-play a third-person battle arena MOBA kind of game. And I kept getting advertised it all the time when I was on I think it was like Icy Veins, or when I'm on PC Gamer, and I always get advertised Gigantic, and I was like, actually, that looks kind of interesting. It does actually look like quite an interesting gameplay, and it looks like it's got a really cool art style. So I played that. I played this Minotaur guy on the screen here.
Okay.
And he kind of charges at people and does.
You were explaining the
that.
game. There's no minions.
There's no minions in the game.
Nexus.
But you gain points by capturing nodes and killing players.
Okay.
And then when you get enough points, you do a boss rush where you all run at the enemy boss and you deal damage to it. And then the enemy team tries to defend. And once you kill the enemy boss, I think you attack him 3 times.
So you have to kill him 3 times in a way.
Yeah, you get 3 attacks on him, and then you kill him, and then you win the match, basically. Okay. There's no minions, but if you capture a node, you can use your points to summon a healer minion.
Like a companion in a way.
So there'll be a minion that will heal for you, or there'll be a minion that builds walls.
That's really cool, actually.
Or
I like that.
Stuff and then they start off as little baby ones, but you can upgrade them to make them bigger, and they deal more damage, or they'll heal more and stuff. So I played the Minotaur character, and then I saw a guy that was a robot, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I was like, oh, this is just Bastion, basically, from Overwatch, because you just go into turret mode and you just shoot people, kind of. So he's kind of like a token, turret character. But from the characters I played, I thought it was really interesting. I'll see if I can get somebody else to play it with me, because I think it might be more fun if I got a team of people together to play it.
Was this free to play as well? Was this not?
This is free to play.
Okay. Right.
And they're doing so the only thing that hesitated me from downloading it, I almost didn't, was that recently it had negative reviews.
Okay.
But from what I tried to read the reviews, but from what I read, I couldn't figure out why.
You don't know why they're review bombing
I couldn't figure out why it was getting review bombed recently. And even when I started playing the game, I didn't really understand what had happened recently with Gigantic. that made that it had recently got review bombed. So
Gigantic.
if anyone's
review
listening who knows more about Gigantic than me, I'd love to hear, kind of a short little breakdown of what's happening with the game.
Does our pal Google know what happened, or did?
No, I had a look around,
either.
but
okay.
I couldn't really find much, so I'll have to keep looking.
That is weird.
Or keep playing until I get, okay. So, I don't know.
The epiphany moment of, oh.
But I'm always looking for people to play Gigantic with, so it's free to play.
No one else is playing it, are they?
But I've got so many games now, because I was trying out a bunch of free-to-play games, because
and they want to
I started to run out of games I wanted to play.
Okay.
But then there was there's a bunch of Halloween updates for games I play. There was the new map on golf, and then I got Origin access, so I've got access to hundreds of games now.
There's too many.
There's too many games.
Speaking of too many games, it's the final too many.
Overwatch
game.
Halloween update is back, but it's kind of there's new skins, but the event's kind of the same, except they've added an endless mode, and they've added a new boss, which is the summoner, which is Dragon Symmetra.
And that's Overwatch.
But we'll move on to news topics, I think. Right, let's move on to the first topic of the podcast, which is Activision. And yeah, I got it. Activision has been filed a patent to match newer players with skilled players to frustrate them into purchasing microtransactions. The patent will also match them with, for example, a Jura player, as they call it, with someone who's a skilled sniper for example, to encourage them to purchase a rifle.
I thought they also when you bought it, it put you into
so
lower level people so you can own them. Then
as well as
put you back to normal.
As well as giving them purchase reinforcements by matching them with skilled players using that weapon.
Yeah, before you buy it.
They just purchased. And matching them with less skilled players. The pattern is designed for an FPS, but it can be used in other games.
Yeah, it was so vague it could be used almost anywhere, as long as it was like items you had to purchase that has different stats to other stuff.
So far, Activision said this pattern isn't present in any of their games, because some people were worried that it was going into Destiny. But at the moment, this isn't in any of their games, but at any point they could use this pattern and put this software into their games. And I think this pattern is absolutely disgusting. It is fucking terrible. Preying on people into getting them to buy microtransactions.
Yeah, I was annoyed twofold. One, that you could put a pan for something so basic. Like, this should not be patentable.
Well,
and number two...
For years... who is it? I think it's Sega's owned the patent for
the loading screen.
The loading screen minigames or someone.
Yeah, to me, these things to get a patent through should be so much harder than it currently is.
I think it might have been EA. I think Sega owned a patent for having arrows that point to objectives, and that's why people invented the minimap.
And now they've we did a podcast on it.
Yeah.
Then number two. Yeah, it's a disgusting idea that should never be even conceived of.
Yeah.
I want to know who thought of that. They should be...
marketing executives at Activision?
Is it marketing executives or just like executives?
They're all fat cats in their money houses.
They're all fat cats wailing.
Yeah. But seeing like the recent trend of loot boxes, what is it? So we got... Assassin's Creed Origins, Forza 7,
hang on, Assassin's Creed Origins has loot boxes.
Yep, Assassin's Creed Origins has
loot boxes. I realised this game has come out, and I've completely forgotten about it already. Bless your face.
Bless me. Anyway, sorry, what are you saying?
I've already completely forgotten about Assassin's Creed Origin.
I was watching Shroud yesterday, who is a Cloud9 mainly PUBG streamer now. He originally played on the C9 CSGO stream.
Okay.
CSGO team. But now he streams PUBG and variety games, and he was streaming Assassin's Creed Origins, and it looks kind of interesting, actually.
But I've already forgotten it.
You've already forgotten
it? It came out, and I've already forgotten
it. It came out yesterday, I think.
And I've already forgotten it.
I actually kind of want to play... the last Assassin's Creed game I played the start of 3, and then I gave up.
I played the start of Revelations and gave up.
I thought Revelations was pretty good, actually. in comparison
It was,
to the later
it was
games.
too samey for me. It was like too similar and then too boring. I didn't care about this. Like by the time Revelation,
I thought Brotherhood was good.
Yeah, no, Brotherhood is very good.
I'm someone who actually liked the original Assassin's Creed.
I like the original Assassin's Creed as well. That's also very good.
Because lots of people complain the original Assassin's Creed was really repetitive.
I disagree. I think yes. If you just look at the mission, like it's like collect 6 pieces of information. You need to collect 3, but you could collect all 6. It's like collect 6 pieces of information, then kill them. It's like yes, but every time you go to collect the information, it's a little bit different and like a different scenery. And to me, it wasn't repetitive.
There wasn't.
Yes, the missions themselves sound repetitive, but I don't think they are.
The first game had like 0 Desmond missions in it.
Had 0 Desmond missions, didn't have bullshit, you have to do this. It was just like, you kill this person. You collect information, then you kill them. That was amazing. You could do anything you wanted to kill them as long as you weren't detected.
But I think if they kept that format, the game would get stale really quickly.
Okay, yeah, I agree that they can't keep the same format, but I would still rather have them more open. You just have to kill this person and you can do it however you want. Sort of like Hitman. I'd want Assassin's Creed Hitman.
That's not going to happen, though.
No, that's what it was originally going for.
Assassin's Creed isn't Hitman.
No, but that's what it was going for originally. And I like that. And then Assassin's Creed 2 is also very good, and I think it's better than Assassin's Creed 1.
So you would want a big open world environment where there's lots of ways to kill a certain person. You move from environment to environment.
Yeah, sort of similar to the
Blood
first.
Money.
Sort of similar to the first game, though, and then drawing on more of what's good in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Or Hitman 2016, because it's confusing. They just called it Hitman again.
Everyone's doing that. It's really, films are doing it.
Fuck
Books
'em.
are doing that.
Fuck them.
Music's doing that. We said films. Games are also doing that. It's crazy. Executives don't know what they're doing. Anyway.
Apparently this patent was an exploratory patent filed in 2005 by the research and development team working independently from the Activision studios. So the research and development
the research and development team commits suicide after
they
doing
filed this patent. Yeah.
So that
they filed this patent in 2015, and it was only 2 years later now that the patent was granted to them.
Yeah. Let me just get it straight though. The research and development team were told to produce something as scummy as possible.
No, I don't think they were told. They said it was an exploratory patent. So the research and development team went, what if we filed a patent for microtransaction technology? And then in the future we might use this. I don't think they are going to use this. Just having a patent doesn't mean you're necessarily going to make it.
It also doesn't mean you necessarily hold it either, which people don't seem to understand. Yes, you could lose and then lose big time, but you can challenge it.
Yeah,
it's not the end all and be all of it. You can challenge it, and I honestly think like looking at the patent, like for my limited understanding of how patents work and like reading it, like it seems very vague, and you could easily, in my opinion, easily challenge it because of how simple it is.
But the idea of this,
is
crazy when it
is scummy.
We just had the biggest influx of lootbox games we've ever had in gaming.
Well, yeah, it definitely got patented because of the lootbox craze.
We've gone from it's purely cosmetic loot boxes to part of the game is hidden behind loot boxes.
Get your groceries in loot boxes, as Critical
said. You need
said.
to use loot boxes to get the true ending of Shadow of War.
No, that's not entirely true. Jim said that it's put so much emphasis to get the true ending. You have to like do lots of stuff with the orcs, and it's like it pushes like you run out of orcs, and it's like pushes you to get more loot boxes to get more orcs.
Yeah,
which is really scummy. So you don't need the loot boxes, but it's like heavily incentivized, which is stupid.
I just thought that this was kind of... So what do you think about this? Do you think we're going to see more companies pushing people towards microtransactions through technology like this, where they manipulate matchmaking to not make it fairer for players for a more enjoyable experience, but manipulate matchmaking towards microtransactions?
I think it's definitely.
And at what point does somebody go, fuck this, I don't want to play this game anymore?
Well,
because people still play games with loot boxes in them. I still play games with loot boxes in them.
I don't really, other than Guild Wars.
Right.
But I don't use loot boxes either.
But the thing is, they don't care about whether you play games.
No, I know.
They care about whether the 2% of whales are playing games with loot boxes in them.
But all I can do is just not support them in any way.
People have tried to boycott games like this, and it doesn't fucking work.
I know, but
the only thing that's had any impact on games recently has been review bombing.
But all you can do as an individual person is review bomb it, like, personally. Like, you could give it a bad review, or you don't play it.
Yeah.
But I understand that they're still going on, but why do you care that a game that you're not playing because you think it's bullshit is being bullshit to other people? Because, like, I understand that, yes, you want to make it so that the industry doesn't have bullshit.
Because
but that's all you
it
can
sets
do.
a precedent for the industry standard where I want to play Battlefront. I love Battlefront. It's a good game. And the idea of a Battlefront game on the Frostbite engine is fantastic because it looks beautiful. It runs really well.
Yeah.
DICE know how to make a shooter.
But
then EA comes along and they go, right, put a load of cards in the system where people can buy the best cards by buying loot boxes where they're just more powerful than other people.
I don't want to play the multiplayer though, so it doesn't bother me. So I have a little bit different opinion on Battlefront 2.
But I think you're in the minority these days.
Yeah, I know. I realise that. Most people want to play multiplayer.
The majority of people don't want to play single player games anymore.
But I'm the artsy person where I just want to play single player.
Yeah.
And want to criticise the story. And I like cutscenes in games as well. I know, like, TB.
I don't like cutscenes.
No.
I like the Half-Life.
Yeah, no, I like
where you can move around while the story is happening.
But sometimes
a good game will tell a story through the gameplay, and they won't have to resort to freezing the gameplay and showing a video.
I know that. But sometimes you can't get like a good because cutscenes have more camera angles. There's like more film, which you can't do. I understand that you want to be able to move around and stuff, but I would argue even like in Half-Life, it stops the game. Like, you can't do anything. You have to listen to them.
You can move around.
Yeah, that's not a game.
Yeah.
That's stopping the game as far as I'm concerned. Yes, it's a different way of stopping the game, which is arguably better because you can actually move around and do something.
There's other games where you can continue playing through the game while the story is evolving.
Yeah. I just think there's an issue though because you can't have both. Like, you either have because you want good cinematics. If you want good camera angles, you have to have cinematics. If you don't care about that, you can walk around. Like
a game that does this fantastically that I can think of recently is BioShock. And the story is told through optional recordings that you can listen to while you play the game.
But you can't get good cinematic tracking camera sort of thing.
But there is cinematics in BioShock at the beginning, at the end.
But I'm okay with it being more than just one at the beginning and one at the end. I'm okay with it one at every... say something like Final Fantasy. I almost play through the level just to get the cutscene at the end.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
But I think a lot of the time, cutscenes can be a symptom of bad storytelling / game design.
Yes, that is true. If bad games
and I'm not saying I don't think cutscenes should exist. I definitely think they should, and there's a lot of places they should be in. But I think a lot of the time, there is no reason why a story or a cutscene shouldn't be able to be told through gameplay.
No, if you have a flat shot, like a medium shot, and you just have people talking, you should have made that into the gameplay.
Right.
If it's like an actual exciting shot and you have different camera angles, it's like zooms out and it's like big scale, fine. That deserves to exist. But if it's just people talking in a room, George Lucas prequel style, then it might as well be gameplay. Or even, dare I say it, talk at the same time as playing the game, and they're talking about it during the events of playing the game. Instead of getting stuck in a room and talking. Obviously, there's still places where you want to get stuck in a room and talk as well. They can but yeah. I guess I am in a very unique situation where I'm not affected by loot boxes that much. So I don't play multiplayer. Is what this entire tangent was about.
I think there is games where loot boxes are coming into single player, like Shadow of War.
That
and
pisses
you are
me
being
off.
affected by
I know, that
now.
pisses me off. I guess but all I can do though is just not play it.
But how would you feel if so you're saying, loot box in multiplayer games doesn't affect me, but then it starts becoming industry standard where people are locking content behind loot boxes and you're playing a new single player game and it goes, well, to progress through the story I need to open 50 loot boxes.
I agree with you, it's annoying because yes, I want to boycott it. However, one person cannot mass boycott something. You can only boycott it yourself and then try and spread the word.
The problem is boycotting doesn't work.
That's because not enough people do it. Not the right people are doing it. Some people just don't care.
You're never going to get the whales to boycott a loot box game because they're the people who want to buy the loot boxes.
Exactly. So it will never work. All I can do is just not play these awful games. Because let's be honest here, yes, they're good. The franchises I want to see more games of, but if they add these shitty systems in, they're bad games. And I'm not going to play bad games. Whether Shadow of War is a bad game or not, it does sound like it at that point in the game where it really entices you to pay for loot boxes.
Do you still want to play Shadow of War?
I still want to play it, but from what I've heard of the part where you have to use lots of orcs, it could have been way more fun if they didn't add loot boxes into it. Yeah. And that really pisses me off. So I'm probably not going to get it.
Okay. Well, I think this is a really annoying thing to hear that this patent's been granted recently.
Yeah. It means a lot of bad shit's going to come down.
I don't think it's going to be implemented, not at least until a few years at least, if it is ever implemented. But I think this is kind of a telling of people want loot boxes. Devs want loot boxes.
Before we know that,
or publishers want loot boxes in games.
What scares me the most is just the simple fact that you can have a matchmaking system not based upon skill, but trying to just make money.
Yeah,
that's awful. Like I don't.
The thing that scares me the most.
And how would you even detect that as a consumer?
The thing that scares me the most is this patent's coming from the company that owns one of my favorite game developers of all time, Blizzard.
Well, they're one and the same.
Yeah, Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, but you like the Blizzard development team, not necessarily the Blizzard executives.
Activision owns Blizzard.
Well, they own each other, but they
merged into one Activision bought Blizzard.
Yeah, and they merged into one huge
Activision
thing.
Is the overall owner of Blizzard.
It's Activision Blizzard, though.
Yes, the name.
No, but the executives from Blizzard went over to the new thing that was created.
But
so it all just got merged.
The big boss at the top is Activision.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. But I don't think that matters too much. It's the big boss and the executives that matter.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're a load of assholes.
That's
our opinion. That's not a fact.
Because Blizzard started out as a small dev company making Lost Vikings before they even called Blizzard.
Yeah.
And they got bought by a bunch of different parent companies, and parent companies sold to other companies, and they eventually got to Activision. But I love Blizzard games where you can play Overwatch and you have completely fair matches of people who are your skill rating. But then what happens if they...
What if the Overwatch 2 has...
What if there's because we know that there's leaks of people that Blizzard are looking to develop a new shooter game.
Yeah.
What if there's a new shooter game being made and then it matches you with someone with a really overpowered sniper rifle and you go, well, I need to buy that sniper rifle because I'm getting fucked by it.
It's matchmaking not based on skill anymore, it's based upon them making money.
And if this happens in the future, do I have to boycott Blizzard games?
Yes.
And would I ever do that?
Well, I don't think it's Blizzard boycott all Blizzard games. Just play the games that don't have it, and don't play or buy the games that do have it. So that's a clear message. If it's like, oh, people are playing the old games but not the new ones. I know if some people are like, oh, no, you need to boycott everything they do, and it's like, I disagree. I think if you just boycott what's bad and ignore and play what's good, it's fine.
Yeah. So we move on to the next topic, which is the Revive network. So initially there was the Revive network, which was keeping it was adding servers for old EA games, such as Battlefield Heroes, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 2142, and these were much loved old DICE games that had quite big communities. There was 939,000 players registered on the Revive network. So almost 1 million people had registered accounts on the Revive network and were playing these games. But recently they got the DMCA shutdown request from EA and it shut down the project, the Revive network, which is...
Why not?
In a statement, the team says, Electronic Arts Inc. legal team has contacted us and nicely asked us to stop. So they didn't. I won't say they DMCA'd them, but they basically said, shut down the project and stop distributing and using our intellectual property. And as diehard fans of the franchise, we will respect these stipulations.
Yeah. Is this another problem of people using their intellectual property so that if they keep doing it, they won't be able to keep hold of it themselves? Which again, I will argue that the laws for that is
the way
bullshit.
Copyright law is that you have to challenge every breach of your intellectual property, or you lose the rights to it.
Can't you just? I don't know. Could you not like make a system where it's like, oh, I'll allow this site to do it, but I will still own it? Is there no way to do that in the current system?
The only way that they could do that is if they made their own legacy servers.
No, but
and they gave management of the legacy servers over to the community.
Could they not just?
Because then they still own the intellectual
Could they
property.
not just like buy this out for like $1 or something?
They could if they wanted to, but they're EA. And they don't want to go.
So it's both the law's problem and the EA's problem.
These are games that aren't making them money anymore, so why would they support them?
I disagree. It's not making them active, like direct money. I'll give you that.
People aren't buying these games anymore because they can't get access to them.
No, but if it gives EA good publicity, then technically it will make them money. But no, you're right.
I was a big fan of Battlefield, and when I heard it was closed now, I was quite upset. I didn't know the Revived Network existed until I heard the story. I didn't know it existed. So I was like, oh shit, I would have liked to play like, you know, some old guys hosting some legacy servers for Battlefield Heroes, because I really enjoyed that game.
Or 1943? I think that's on there?
2142 and Battlefield 2. I don't know if 1942 is on there. I can look up the Revived Network, because I think it is the first thing that comes up when you search for Battlefield Heroes.
Okay.
I'll have a look.
Revive Heroes. I just want to know if because everyone raves on about whether the game is 1942, so
because they're also distributing copies of the game client and using their logo and trademarks on the website as well.
Yeah.
And they were, because a lot of these servers got shut down when GameSpy in 2014 closed down. So they were trying to revive all of these old servers because they wanted to make Battlefield 2142 playable free of charge. And EA had originally planned to make its older games playable at the time. However, they reversed this decision shortly after a result of they had technical difficulties. So, while not...
So both EA and Blizzard don't have the technology for legacy servers.
The technology isn't there for legacy servers. The technology just doesn't exist.
Or they really mean this? They couldn't see a way to... It's not a technical problem, it's an economical problem of funding this.
Yeah.
Is what they really mean.
But,
well, that's what I think it really means.
But for over the past 3 years, the Revived Network has helped 1 million players who love old EA games play them and not really affect EA too much. They haven't really been taken away from their sales or anything.
No, it's just the problem with the legal issue of you having to claim your rights, which is stupid to begin with.
But they were
misusing the logos. And
they were misusing, and they were handing out downloads for their game clients.
Yeah, no, but they're not. You can't play them or buy them anyway, so it's not like they're losing any money still.
They were editing the game client to allow you to play it on their servers, which is a breach of terms of service. It's a breach of their intellectual property. I
think the bigger issue is why they actually care is the breach of intellectual property. Yeah. Because EA actually, I don't think, cares too much about you altering game files too much. Not many people have been banned from it, from EA side, compared to maybe Ubisoft. I just think that the legal laws are always stupid.
I hate when that happened. Like Ashran's Call got shut down, and they were like,
instantly.
There was an MMO, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make legacy servers so the community can carry on this MMO." And then they were like, "Actually, it's taking too much time. We don't care." And then they shut down the servers. So
that sucks.
But I think there is legacy. There might be legacy Ashran's Call.
I'm not sure what that search was it was asking you to do, but I don't want to know.
I don't know. Legacy Ashran's Call. Ashran's Legacy now recruiting.
Project Gorgon.
What's Project Gorgon? I think it's a new MMO.
Of Project Gorgon.
And now
Project Gorgon.
And now we know.
Bound by a class system.
What is this?
You and you alone
We're going heavily off the rails now.
Practice calligraphy to increase your hand-eye coordination.
This does look like Asheron's cool.
This reminds me of RuneScape, but weird.
Well, apparently there's a new MMO they're making called Project Gorgon. So that should be
Have you
interesting.
ever wanted to be a monster?
Our next topic is EA is closing down Visceral Game Studios. These, if you don't know, Visceral Games is the devs behind the Dead Space games, Dead Space 1, 2, and the weird co-op game that was Dead Space 3. That we kind of saw that the EA was kind of push it towards a certain direction instead of the original game series was going.
It's weird, isn't it, that a developer makes a good game, makes money for EA. EA's like, oh, okay, it's good. It's a good series, so we'll meddle. The meddling causes it to not make money anymore, and then it forces EA to close them down. It's EA's fault. They should close themselves down.
Well, these were the guys...
Or stop their own meddling.
These were the guys behind Dead Space and Battlefield Hardline.
Yeah.
I think they worked... No, it was Havoc that worked on Plant Warfare 2 with PopCap. But yeah, they were working on a really big, ambitious Star Wars game as well that was going to be a single-player Star Wars experience.
But you can't add loot boxes to a single... Well, you can, but you can't add loot boxes to a single-player game.
It was going to be like a gritty heist story with multiple protagonists in the Star Wars universe. And
which sounds amazing.
Really interesting, but it seems like EA wants to shut down all of their single-player games recently. Yeah. It's the end of Dead Space.
End of Mass Effect.
It's the end of Mass Effect, probably. And if... what's it called? What's it? Anthem. If Anthem doesn't do well, we might see them shut down BioWare even.
Yeah, but BioWare would get recreated, I reckon, somewhere else.
They're all under EA contracts, so unless they
if they're getting
devs and move to a brand new company.
If they're getting shut down, then they're fired. Unless they're getting reabsorbed to another part of EA.
I think EA as a conglomerate would just absorb them into different roles. So I think most of the Visceral guys will move towards Anthem or Battlefront.
But what if they just quit and make their own company, though?
Well, they can do that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I reckon that might happen.
But that's a lot. I think that's a lot easier to say than do, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Especially in these days of game development. I think indie game development's pretty good, though, isn't it?
I think...
Like, you look at Hellblade...
Yeah.
And you go...
Ninja Theory's doing really well.
Yeah.
Compared to the old days where publishers fucked them over.
Because they don't have a publisher on that, and that was like a AAA quality game.
They made, like, Enslaved Odyssey to the West or something, wherever it was called.
Yeah.
And what was the game they made before that? It was really good.
The two-player game, was it? Or was that Enslaved?
I think that was Enslaved. It was a two-player game.
I can look it up.
Yeah, what's Ninja 3 done? There's another game that I really liked and they got voted by the publisher as well. What is that?
Oh. Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I just realised.
Heavenly Sword.
That is actually near us.
Destiny's Infinity 3.0.
Yeah, but have you seen where they are?
Oh, they're in Cambridge.
Yeah!
And so is Jagex.
Yeah!
The RuneScape guys. I know they have a studio in Cambridge as well.
We should just go up to Cambridge.
You can't just randomly walk up to a game studio.
Yes, they did Heavenly Sword, the new Devil May Cry, which is also really good. And they got fucked over for all of them.
Yeah.
But this new one, they did it themselves and haven't been fucked over. It's good. But no, I was going to say though, can you imagine if they just like... Obviously, I don't know how good friends the people at BioWare are, like how connected they are to each other. But imagine if they all just left, or like the big people left and went to like Kickstarter.
Like, what's it called? What's the company that did Saints Row and Darksiders? THQ Nordic, where they just took all the THQ guys and they made a brand new company.
And then
THQ Nordic.
They took apart like I can't remember what they were called. The people who made the developers behind Darksiders.
Yeah,
because they basically just took them and made a new version of it.
Yeah,
but I'm saying like if BioWare or the main people of BioWare left and went to Kickstarter. Oh, we're going to make a new game. We're the people behind BioWare after it's been closed down, of course. I feel like they'd get backed by so many people. I would.
But this new Star Wars game, it started off development as an open world pirate game, and then EA were like,
We have,
Ubisoft's making Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
and we have the Star Wars license.
Yeah, and we have the Star Wars license now, so they shift from a high seas to deep space. So they were going to
Which
be
still sounds amazing.
heisters in an open world piracy game in space, which sounded fucking amazing by Visceral, which sounds really cool. But apparently it was like too ambitious. It was called Codename Ragtag.
Okay. I could see this being too ambitious and it like failing and like not meeting the deadlines and spending lots of money.
The scope seemed to be way beyond what the resources Visceral had and kind of what they were used to.
Probably should have scaled stuff now.
It eventually led to the studio's shutdown and the game's cancellation and numerous and go far beyond the changing mandates EA's initial statements implied. Apparently the Frostbite engine was ill-suited to third-person games.
What?
Yeah, they said because it was being made in Frostbite, but apparently it's not very good for third-person games.
But Dragon Age are third-person games.
And so is
Mass Effect.
And so is
Anthem.
Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. It's fantastic.
And they were winning Frostbite.
Yeah.
What? Who said that?
But this is a third-person open-world game.
Yeah, I can understand it. Maybe, but Dragon Age is still technically open world though.
Quotes from former Visceral employees helped to tell the tale. Honestly, it was a mercy kill, said one. It had nothing to do with whether it was going to be single player. I don't think it had anything to do with that. The game never could have been good and come out. So apparently they were trying to make this big Star Wars open world single player heist game, and it was just too ambitious, and they couldn't finish it anyway. And Visceral got shut down, and it wasn't to do with whether it was single player or not. That's the wrong way. But apparently an internal email indicates that Amy Hennig is off the project.
Okay.
Whoever that is. I don't know. Maybe that was a dev.
Is that like a famous person?
A development team from across Worldwide Studios will take over development of Ragtag, led by EA Vancouver.
So Ragtag's still going to come out, but it's going to be shit. That's what I'm reading into this.
Yeah, Steve Anthony will lead this team and will use much of the work that has been done by Visceral. The assets of Ragtag that have already been built will be the foundation of this new game. So they're going to use whatever stuff Visceral made while they were working on this Star Wars heist game, and they're going to turn it into something.
It's going to have the same code name, same
but
project
according
name,
to the devs behind Visceral, it wasn't very good. So we'll have to see what it turns into.
It's kind of weird, but
I can look who this person is because I don't know who they are. And this is a scriptwriter for the video game company formerly Naughty Dog. I think was she working on the Star Wars game?
I don't know. I don't understand. It's very confusing to me.
I think she was the lead on it. Maybe. Says EA refocuses Amy Hennig's Star Wars game and closes Visceral Game Studios. But apparently she's been removed off the project now. And it's been given to EA Vancouver to try and clean up with the scraps of what's left of Visceral had.
I assume there's a lot of Visceral employees will also go there as well.
Yeah, I don't know if they sucked them up into the EA conglomerate or they're just off.
They get rid of some of them, keep some of them.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. Sean Murray used to work at EA Games, so I guess in this world anything can happen.
So Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, he did actually. They bought Bullfrog.
And then I think Peter's like the only developer that I could trust to like go. Don't like Peter.
Excuse
don't
me.
No, hang on.
I trust Peter Molyneux
to go. Peter, you're in charge of this company. Don't let EA fuck it up because he's the only developer that's done that successfully. He kept EA's teeth off Bullfrog while he was there. He's the only one I know who's done that.
Bullfrog is in the EA graveyard though. Nothing.
It is now,
from it.
But that's after Peter left. It was fine and doing well when Peter was still there because he was making sure EA didn't touch it. So Peter's the only person I would trust that could stop it from happening. That's the moral of the story.
What time are we on? How long have we been talking?
An hour and a half.
God, how much longer do we want to go on? Because I think
the spooky special.
Spooky special
It's
that
so
we talk
spooky.
about the games we've been playing for an hour.
It's so spooky.
Talk about Guild Wars
It's
for like half an hour.
Yeah, we did. There's like 23 minutes of Guild Wars. The spooky special, it never ends.
So the new update to Battle.net came out. They added offline mode. They added Discord style groups, and they've also added gifting just in time for Christmas because everyone wants to get that sweet, sweet Christmas money.
This all Steam's done as well.
Yep, and we'll talk about that next. But you can now gift Hearthstone packs, and there's a new gift tab on Steam where you can open gifts that you've received. Hearthstone gave away a free card pack through the gifting system to try and entice you into buying more. As Hearthstone does, it sucks you into blizzard hell.
And what you did was, haha, it's a free pack for
Free
me.
pack for me. I'm not getting any more gifts. But yeah, you can now gift anything you want on the store. You can gift Hearthstone packs. You can gift WoW Game Time.
Wait,
You can gift Destiny 2 if you want to buy that.
is Hearth like the main protagonist of Hearthstone?
Yeah, it's his stone that you use
it's Hearth
to get back to Dalaran.
Yeah.
Which is weird that they named a game after the item in World of Warcraft that teleports you back to town. It'd be like calling a card game Scrolls. Because you use the town scroll to get back to town. I understand the naming scheme behind digital card games now. You name them after arbitrary items that teleport you back to town.
Guild Wars has a item called that. It's like personal portal or something. So there's going to be a personal portal card game based on Guild Wars.
With only Azure cards there.
Yeah.
It's
going to be a 5-class system between all the playable races of Tyrion.
So Steam has added digital gift cards. You can now purchase gift cards from £4 all the way to £100. You can give them to your friends. The only stipulation is all gift cards will be converted into local currency when they're sent. They can be rejected by the receiver, and in which case they'll be refunded, like gifts are now, and you must be friends for 3 days with the receiver that you send it to. So, yeah. So
3 days?
Steam and
I made it like a week, but
Valve and Blizzard both want their Christmas money. They're sensing the holidays are coming up, and they really.
Or maybe they're just high on candy corn.
Who knows? We don't have candy corn in the UK.
No, I import it from America.
It doesn't exist. If you tried candy corn,
Yeah, I've ate loads of candy corn.
I've never eaten candy corn ever in my life.
See, this is the advantage.
They don't have it in the UK.
This is the advantage of having an aunt and uncle who live in America.
I've never been to America or.
Okay.
I think I tried Pop-Tarts the other week, and I thought that they were okay.
They were okay.
Well, I don't know if they were American Pop-Tarts or UK Pop-Tarts,
okay.
because I think they use different E numbers or something in the UK.
Can I say... I think I have tried a Hershey bar.
Right.
I don't remember.
They're just like chocolate, though, aren't they? They're just like Cadbury's, almost.
American chocolate is the most disgusting chocolate I've ever tasted.
Really?
Yes. I absolutely hate American chocolate.
Because I tried the chocolate Pop-Tart, and I thought it was horrible.
Right.
I tried the jam one. I thought that was okay. And then
You
there's
mean
like...
jelly?
Yeah. And then there was like there was one that was like icing and it had loads of sugar on it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. I don't see how you could do that for breakfast, though.
Wait, that's for breakfast?
They eat Pop-Tarts for breakfast.
So they eat pancakes for breakfast, though.
Yeah.
That's really weird to me as well. And waffles
I sometimes eat like little pancakes with like raisins in them.
No, I could never do that for breakfast. For me, it has to be toast and cereal and like a cup of tea.
I eat a lot of breakfast, so because I eat cereal, I eat toast, I eat croissants. I love croissants. The French breakfast.
Croissant.
I like bacon. Full English.
Full English is really good. But I couldn't have it every day.
But unfortunately, you cannot buy any candy corn or breakfast cereal with Steam digital gift cards. That is the only problem with them.
You try and get my tangent back to where it should be.
So the other day, there was a bundle with Icy and the Steam Link where you could buy them both for around £7 or your regional equivalent, and it made the Steam Link cost the 80 pence.
Yeah, which is like
this
around...
bundle
Isn't it still going
$1
though, is it?
Or something.
Is the bundle still going, or is it
No,
gone
the
now?
bundle's gone
that's what I
now.
thought. But you can still buy Steam links.
It ended on the 21st of October.
Yeah.
But the speculation I wanted to say with this is, if the Steam links are 98% off in this bundle and at 80p, are they trying to get rid of the what is it called?
This is the stock.
The stock of the Steam Link. And does this mean there's another Steam Link coming? Is there new technology coming out?
I guess.
Yes.
Maybe.
That's
Yeah,
the whole
confirmed.
speculation. Yes. Confirmed here. Live on the
I don't know.
In-Between podcast.
This is like this. Honestly, this screenshot is like all the information you went on to create this.
Speculation.
To create the speculation.
No, I think that's more than enough.
Yeah, no.
That if they're selling the
It's
Steam
likely.
Link for 80 pence,
Yeah.
there's definitely a reason they're trying to get rid of the stock.
98% off is ridiculous.
I think you can definitely at least say that they're trying to get rid of the Steam Links that they already have. And then the speculation then comes, are they going to replace the stock, or have they given up on the Steam Link technology? I don't think so.
No, I don't think
when
so.
they're definitely still actively developing controller technology
Yeah.
for VR. They want to develop technology for the Steam controller, and I think the Steam Link is definitely going to be linked to the Steam controller.
I think
I think as the Steam controller develops, so will a new Steam Link.
That's what I mean. I think
come out.
everyone, or most people who have like a Steam controller and want to like sit back on a sofa and play it, also have a Steam Link.
Because I think there was definitely a lot of issues with the Steam Link, and I think there's a
there
lot
were.
to be improved on when it comes to desync and higher FPS, especially through Wi-Fi, because I know there's a big difference
It's like
between
a big network
Wi-Fi
problem.
and Ethernet.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next Valve topic, which is a big one, which we might end on because I think there's too much time wasted on talking about video games I've been playing.
Wasted. It's Halloween updates we were talking about. It makes sense.
So Valve will soon, they've just announced that they're going to do a massive curator update. This is changes that come through after the big round table talks with Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling about how they can improve how people discover games on Steam and how the algorithm works and how they can improve curators.
Yeah.
As two of the biggest curators on Steam themselves. The update now allows devs can now send keys directly to curators through a system called Curator Connect, and curators can accept or decline keys. So if they don't want to accept a key,
they don't want to
have to.
They don't have to put in there. If they don't want to have a disclaimer.
If they don't want to disclose that they've been given this key and they decline the key, then they haven't been, given the key for free.
They don't need to disclose it anymore.
They can now embed their own YouTube videos in their reviews.
Oh yeah, I remember Jim and TB talking about this. Like that's what they really wanted.
Curators will be shown how well their reviews are impacting based on graphs given by Steam, so they can see
more graphs.
Yeah, curators can directly see how their reviews are impacting users. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
Recommendations from creator use follow will now be presented as you browse specific game genres. So if you're browsing RPGs, it'll show all the games recommended by your creators for RPGs, and they will be able to.
Can you set I want this creator to be on my
So the creators can create their own lists of RPG games they recommend.
Yeah.
And then creators will also be able to create lists around pretty much anything they want. So even if it's not a specific genre, they can create a list of things that they think.
They could almost make their own new genre.
Yeah.
Or their own
tag almost.
Yeah, like TB's roguelite.
Yeah, roguelite or roguelite.
Roguelite is roguelike, is what everyone calls them.
If you are confused about the difference between roguelike and roguelite, you can watch my YouTube video on the Scorn channel.
Because I agree with TB. Because it'd be like trying to call it the new Call of Duties or like Assassin's Creed an RPG. They're not.
They're Doom clone lights.
They're Doom clone lights with RPG lights.
Yeah. Anyway, what else was I going to say about this? I think What do you think about this?
I think it's good. I think it's a good start. I think it's still missing some stuff though.
What I was going to say, all of this stuff is really cool, but the curators is still an opt-in system. So unless you follow specific curators, you are still at the mercy of the Steam algorithm.
Yeah.
Which recommends you games based on your friends, based on your previous games, and based on popular games.
How does this work with the Commander Shepard curator on Steam?
The what?
He just likes everything.
Well, I guess you'll get recommended a lot of games.
I should unfollow him.
You should refine your curators based
So
on...
I've got Waifu Hunter, Dodger, Jim Sterling, TB, PC Gamer. I think that's it. Other than Commander Shepard.
I'll have a look on Steam right now and see who I follow. Because that'll be interesting to see who I think is a good creator to follow for this upcoming update.
Oh! Assassin's Creed Origins.
Oh, it just appeared on my other screen while I was looking for curators.
Hang on. I didn't realise it was actually Halloween sale properly, but okay.
Yeah, it's a load of spooky games, basically. Here we go. Curators.
Cuphead.
So I follow... I follow
Yahtzee?
Yahtzee.
I forgot to follow Yahtzee, actually.
Here's a list of all the creators I follow. I'll put it on the screen for you now. And I'll tell you if I think they're good. And why I follow them. I follow Total Biscuit, Cynical
Rock Paper
Gaming.
Shotgun, yeah.
I follow Rock Paper Shotgun. I follow the PC Master Race group, which I think they tell you about FPS.
No, yeah, they're actually really good.
I think there's their third. There's the Frame Rate Police.
Yeah, because the PC Master Race talk about ports, and then the Frame Rate also talk about ports.
There's the Jim Sterling Collection. So the Frame Rate Police catalogue games that are locked at 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So if they have a review on something, it means that it's
bad.
Yeah, it's locked at 30 FPS, or they'll tell you if there's a possible way to unlock the frame rate of the game. I feel extra credits. Hodor reviews.
So you're subscribed to Hodor, and I'm following Hodor. I'm following Commander Shepard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yahtzee, of course, fantastic game journalist.
I do like Hodor's reviews.
Hodor just says Hodor to every review, basically. Hodor.
I mean, at least he's liking.
Hodor.
At least he's liking good games.
Hodor. Dishodor.
Dishodor.
Hodor. Yeah. Okay.
Maximum Hodor.
Paradox Interactive. I followed them, and I followed.
Why do you follow them?
I don't remember.
Don't they just do their own games? Oh no, they do Mass Effect. What?
Because I think they're a good company, and that they generally have good recommendations for games, even if I'm not interested in all of them.
No, they're all good games.
Yeah.
And not all of them are like associated with Paradox.
Valve Time's a good is a good creator if you're interested in like mods, Half-Life 2 mods or mods for Valve games. It's kind of why I follow them. Because I'm a big Valve guy. So
what's that to do with natural selection?
Those are the creators I follow.
You got another page?
I have another page actually. Oh, Adult Swim games. I think Adult Swim makes really good games, and they have good recommendations.
They like games as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about these recommendations, but that's my opinion.
They like smaller games.
Yeah.
I think it's good to get like a general idea of what games the big games are good, and it's kind of good to see what games are smaller, more indie games. But I think this is going to be a really cool system to see kind of what sort of games we can follow and how creators are going to infect people's purchases on Steam now.
Yeah,
well.
They're making this all more transparent, so it's very useful.
I think I'm going to wrap up soon, but I'll talk about Twitch quickly. Basically, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Marathon at the moment, and they play more ads than they do fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Episodes.
And there's loot boxes.
You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Plays Pot of Greed and summons 2 ads. That's what Twitch chat's been spamming throughout this Yu-Gi-Oh! Marathon. Apparently they're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! And then they're going to do back-to-back red, white,
Ruby,
blue, yellow.
Ruby.
No. It's RGB, basically.
It's
They're talking about all the colours that you can get from a mouse mat.
Ruby.
RGB. It's like the Rooster Teeth anime that I didn't think was very good.
I didn't think it was very good either. But people
I don't
like
know why
it.
it's so popular. Is
I
it
think
is it
people like
purely from Rooster Teeth's promotion that it's so popular?
No, I think people like the characters.
Or is it good?
People like the characters and like the fighting scenes, and that's it.
Okay.
That's my interpretation of what's going on. I don't know. It's not my thing at all.
Apparently, our senpais in legal have informed us that clipping and hosting the marathon is okay. Co-streaming any portion of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not allowed. Doing so will put you at risk of DMCA. So if you restream the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff...
So you can't react to it?
No. It's illegal.
Why? What's the difference?
Because they don't... They only have a copyright contract to stream it on Twitch.
Right.
But they don't have a contract for you to restream it on Twitch.
Okay.
Not under their control. Or just use the content for whatever you want, basically. But I don't think anyone would really go, haha, I can record all the episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now and watch them forever, because I don't think it's particularly hard to find Yu-Gi-Oh! On the internet.
No.
But I think the idea is that it's way more fun to watch things with Twitch. We've seen Twitch watching Pokemon, we've seen Twitch watching Bob Ross, we've seen Twitch watching Power Rangers.
But in case of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd actually rather watch it with someone. Like a famous...
Not Twitch chat.
Not just Twitch chat, no.
Okay.
Like someone like Lil Kariba or something. Okay, I reckon that he would want to do that, but obviously he can't do that.
So I'll quickly talk about Twitchcon. So I want to try and wrap it up. But basically there's new features from Twitchcon. There's Twitch loot boxes. You can now get temporary emotes, or if you pay
temporary
£50 or something ridiculous like that. I think it might be I think it might be £100 something. You can unlock a permanent zombie Kappa emote. It's ridiculous, fucking ridiculous. But now there's new stream summaries, so you can see new stats based on how your stream is doing, top clips, traffic sources. There's now premieres, which is exactly what Total Biscuit does for the arbitrary video game awards. So what he does is he basically streams a video of the arbitrary game awards onto Twitch. But now what they're doing is they're allowing you to upload a video onto Twitch's servers and then play it through their servers. So if you DC, it'll still keep going through Twitch's servers. There's new raids, which are like hosts when you host another streamer. But instead of going straight into it, you can now... It asks you, do you want to join the hosted channel? And you get sent straight to it. So it's now an opt-in system.
Yeah.
There's new rooms, which group chats kind of already exist. You can have separate chats, but I think they're doing... they're just doing more with group chats, basically. There's now rituals, which is a really fucking weird name. It sounds like someone's getting sacrificed.
We're going to summon Satan to sell loot boxes.
So now when a new viewer checks out a channel... after a minute, she'll have the choice to signal to the rest of the community that she's new to the channel, and then Twitch will break the ice for them in chat and will say, "Hello, how are you? Welcome to the chat."
Wait, what?
I don't fucking no actual spoilers.
Who are these people?
I don't know. The new achievement system is actually quite interesting. So now, the way you got partnership was really fucking confusing, but there's now new achievements, so you can see your progress towards becoming a partnered or an affiliate streamer.
Is it really an achievement system, or is it just these are the things you need to do to get a partner?
But the achievements are the way to track your progress.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you need to have
But surely this is just progress, not achievements.
100 concurrent viewers for a certain amount of time. But it was really unclear what you needed to do each individual step to get partnered or affiliated.
I think
so. This is going to make it way easier.
Yeah, it's good. It's just got the wrong name. It's milestones.
I think it's the right name. It should be called partnership achievements
or partnership milestones.
Because this isn't for anyone but people who stream on Twitch.
But it's not really an achievement.
You can now gift subscriptions on Twitch. So if you're interested in doing a subscription gift giveaway, you can now do that if you're a Twitch streamer.
The spooky gifting
If
podcast.
you want to give somebody else a gift of a Twitch sub. Which is a pretty shitty gift, in my personal opinion. I think it's pretty awful gift. I would.
Is it to a specific person as well?
Okay, well that's the end of the podcast. Basically, if I can skip to the end, I'll do the Petermology tweet.
Okay.
Milo would have been 23 today if he was an actual person. So Milo would would be our age, basically.
Yeah.
He'd be the same age as us. Which feels really weird because I've grown up with Milo. And then at one point he got kidnapped by Peter in the he
was baked to death
the Lionhead Studios, when they had the cake baking contest. That was the last time anyone ever saw Milo. If anyone has any information from the cake baking contest at Lionhead Studios at Microsoft, we'd love to hear where Milo is. Please contact us with any information. But then also, I found this picture of 22 cans, and they're doing some sort of development thing, and they blurred the screen, so you can't see the new product they're working on. I was like, why is 22 cans watching porn at work? Because they've had to blur it, obviously.
Do you know what I interpreted that as?
What?
Just like, oh, that's a strange looking Minecraft zoom in the day.
Yeah, that's their new game. It's Block World.
It's Notch World. That's what it is.
But anyway, that's the end of the podcast. You can catch us at vid.me/inbetweenpodcast.
You get the VidMe exclusives week early.
Actually, I think YouTube was an exclusive this week, maybe.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can catch it, because I put the YouTube up before I put the VidMe up, because I forgot to schedule it.
Oh, right. Okay.
But anyway, you can catch us at YouTube and everything in between podcasts. You can check me out on Twitter at Scorn2000, Facebook at Scorn2000. And that's the end of the podcast.
Bye.
So, goodbye.